The South African Development Community is set to send troops to Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo to help end violence in the region. The force will join peacekeepers from the United Nations and private military contractors to secure the region, including areas that had been under soldiers from the East African community who left the DRC recently. CGTN Noxacolia reports.
The last batch of the East African Community forces left the Democratic Republic of Congo a few days ago. The force, comprising of troops drawn from Kenya, Uganda, Burundi and South Sudan, has since cited a mixture of successes and drawbacks during its stay here in the eastern part of Congo. It says it achieved its mandate, but regrets that rebel groups have since returned to areas they had previously vacated.
We welcomed them with open arms when they arrived here. Our hope then was that they would have helped us in the fight against M23 rebels, but they didn't do that. So I still support our leader's decision to have them leave.
They never attempted to advance against the rebels. They were operating in the same area as rebels like M23, and they started collaborating. So why say that we are vulnerable when they leave? No. We have our army and government-allied militias, and we depend on them for our security.
CGTN has established that about 4,000 troops from the Southern African Development Community, SADC, will arrive here in the Democratic Republic of Congo to fill the void that has been left by forces from the East African Community. The cost of the operation is estimated to be about $1 million. The exit was to coincide with the handover of the mandate to Southern African Development Community troops' arrival in Goma, but that has not happened. M23 has taken advantage of the gap to return to vacated areas.
They kept going back to their homes because the force had the first priority to secure a population. But today the force has gone, and as on ground today the fights have already started, and the M23 have already captured those regions they have left to the East African Community forces. Today, as we are speaking, there are fights in Masisi territory, and the situation is getting worse, and there are a lot of people we are coming from this area to again join the camp of people who have been displaced. I think today the situation is really complicated, and the departure of the East African Community Force has a real impact on the security.
As North Kivu prepares to usher in the SADC mission in DRC, anxiety looms.
So today, of course, the government is still pleading so that the SADC force can come. But if we look at the geopolitical position of the region, which is under occupation, and the country of East Africa, we just directly understand that these countries of East Africa have a real influence on the region which is occupied. It means if we want to find a solution of security in this region, we should not go out of the East African community, because this country can do whatever possible to secure the region, to find a solution, or to disturb the region.
As we do not have any authority, but if it's a decision by our top leadership, we are okay with SADC coming. But SADC should not behave the way East African forces did, and if they do, they will also leave.
The eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo has seen an increase in violence since March 2022 as rebel groups attack both civilians and military objectives. As a result, an estimated 6.9 million people have fled their homes. They now live in camps for the internally displaced persons. Noxacolia, CGTN, Goma, in the Democratic Republic of Congo.